Hi there and welcome to Sea Fox Tarot. This is your daily reading for Tuesday, February 26th, 2019. I'm so glad that you're here with me today. So I'm just going to pull 3 cards and see what the energy and the messages are for today. So I've already done quite a bit of shuffling, so let's just do one more and we'll see what we have for today. Let's see. I'm just going to go ahead and cut this deck. All right, the Chariot, the 3 of Swords, and Rebirth in reverse. Okay, wow, that looks like a lovely day, doesn't it? So, 2 major arcanas and a minor arcana. Got my tea here. You might just hear me sipping it a little bit. So we start with the Chariot. The Chariot is the 7th card of the major arcana. Major arcana having to do with major themes, energies, and sometimes transitions in your life. And the Chariot is all about success, charging forward. We've got the white horse and the black horse, and these represent the light and the dark. And here the charioteer is able to control all the forces, right? The light and the dark, the good and the bad, maybe even the ugly. I don't know. And she's fully in control, knows where she's headed, and this is like a victory ride, a victory lap, right? So the Chariot is all about success, victory, being in control, and being headed in the right direction. Glorious card. Also the card of Cancer, which is my sign. So I don't do a whole lot with the signs and the tarot cards. I feel like people get a little bit into the weeds with all that, so I generally try and avoid it, but I do like Cancer things, so so there you go, Chariot, the Cancer card. Okay, the next card, the 3 of Swords. This card is somewhat of a difficult card for a lot of people. Certainly for me, this always feels like a very difficult card, and it represents heartbreak. And swords, of course, are about air. They're about the mind, the intellect, communication. So this can be bad news coming in. It can be a truth that cuts very deeply, and oftentimes we see this depicted as actually the knives or the swords are stabbing through the heart, and it's quite terrifying. Here, this one isn't as terrifying. The swords are sort of propped up on top of the heart, and the number 3 is actually about beginnings. And so one interpretation of this card is that something that has been causing you a lot of pain is ending or has ended. And if you've ever been to a holistic healer, an acupuncturist or a chiropractor, or anyone who heals with the body as opposed to against it, they'll tell you that oftentimes things get worse before they get better, and this is sort of the worse before the better, right? This is when everything hurts, but it hurts because it's healing, right? It hurts because those wounds are going to close up, and you're going to be able to move on to the next. And let's see what the next is. Okay, Rebirth is the 20th card of the Major Arcana. In a more traditional deck, this is called Judgment. And the key aspect of Judgment, usually you see a big angel with a trumpet, and that's the call, and you see a whole bunch of figures rising up from caskets or tombs or something. They're rising from the dead. and being called to judgment before God or whatever it is. So here we still have the naked child, you know, the naked figure representing being at one with nature and being pure, walking out into the world as if for the first time, and judgment is like a rebirth because it's like a second chance, and it's being able to take a step forward without any of the old baggage that you've been carrying. So this is in reverse today, and judgment in reverse, it's not the opposite, you know, it's not like going back a step or unbirth. I don't even know what the opposite of rebirth would be, but it's more like a delay, or like this opportunity is there, but you can't quite reach it yet. You're not at the stage where you're ready to be reborn. There's something else that needs to happen first. So, so today could be one of those days where you feel like you are on top of the world, you're charging ahead, and then something comes in and it really causes you a lot of pain. But I get the sense that this is healing pain, and it's pushing you towards this rebirth. It's pushing you towards a place where you can walk out into the world born anew and experience your true purpose, your higher calling. So today's a day that that you may need to work through some pain. And you know, the thing about pain is that it's always there for a reason. Pain is there to tell us what we need to focus on and where our attentions need to be in the moment. And if there's no pain, then how would you know when something's wrong, right? So none of us like pain, but it is a necessary part of life, and it can lead us to beautiful new places, and hopefully eventually to a beautiful new rebirth. So let's check out what we have for an Angels and Ancestors Oracle card today. Ooh, the Lord. Take charge with authority. What a great card. So the Lord and the Chariot are very similar here. And I think what this adds to our message is just a reinforcement that this pain is something that you can have control over. It doesn't have control over you. And even though it's something that you need to pass through and experience before you can get to this place of rebirth, you can do it on your terms. So what are your terms for today? I hope that you have a lovely day. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead, like, share, subscribe, and tell all your friends how cool it is to watch Sea Fox Tarot. And I'll see you again tomorrow.